Agnes Alchemical Astrologer, talking about 2012, the shift in power, what to expect in this time of great change and chaos. And before the break, we were looking at all of this that's happening as an opportunity for us to come together in community, to access our creative selves more deeply. Agnes, talk about some more about that, because I felt very encouraged by how you called this squaring off as an opportunity and an exciting time.
Yes.
Talk some more about that and some opportunities for us to take all of that out in the world in terms of, brass tacks.
A lot of astrologers have called this the cardinal commencement. This particular square is going to portend a new beginning of sorts. And by that time, I think by 2012, we're going to get pretty fed up with things that are not working, so that we'll be pushed. And man, that's human nature, is to be pushed to the edge, and then we jump. And so there's been talk of quantum leaps, quantum shifts this way, shifts that way. And it looks like beyond the fact that there are no predictions, they say, after 2012, which is why we've even gotten attuned to this year. What happens? No predictions, nothing. Well, because at that point, man is no longer predictable. He will choose his own destiny, and he will reclaim the power together with the divine to move into life, to move forward in life, to co-create.
Which sort of makes sense if we had a metaphorical picture. Unconsciousness is predictable. Consciousness is
right.
not.
That's right.
Right?
It's an ever-present, it's a moment.
We're waking up! 2012! Woohoo!
So that's what I'm getting excited
Yeah.
about, that I can't wait. And so I know that man, again, because of the fear consciousness, that we fear-based consciousness, tends to tune into the apocalyptic side of 2012.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's going to be nothing short of a new revolution, a revolution of consciousness in the way that we've been preparing for a very long time, since the 60s. So with this square between Uranus and Pluto, at that time, we're going to actually ground our awakening to a new consciousness in a very practical. It's going to be what I would call practical spirituality. It's no longer going to be talked about and meditated upon. It's going to be practiced.
Talk about, practically speaking, this process, what it might look like for some of us. What are some things that we might want to avoid or move towards? For example, some of our questions that I'm going to get to here in just a second ask about that. Should I be changing jobs? Should I go for that intuitive career shift? I mean, what are, there's a lot of questioning going on in the air for folks.
I would say, and I work with clients a lot around not focusing on what's not working, but on literally looking for inspiration in your life and vision to push your life out into new territory that allows you more space than the previous place of what you may potentially have lost. Let's say you've lost your house. Well, your house may have been your prison. It may have been gorgeous, it may have all your possessions, and it may have become absolutely a prison where you are no longer free to create.
Well, that gives me goosebumps.
And so once pushed out of that, then you start to awaken to a possibility of what was I actually after in my life? What do I actually want to create? And that's a very exciting moment. And so I invite everyone to begin tuning into that, because cosmically the universe is encouraging us to move into the possibility of realizing our dreams and visions, not in that hokey-pokey new age kind of, manifest your stuff, but
hokey-pokey.
but
totally.
this is the real deal. We're all going to become magicians, manifestors, in a way that counts, in the way that Barack Obama wants us, for example.
And there will be no witch burning.
No more.
It was said here, right here on Maryanne Live. We won't have any of that. You get to express your magical self,
yes,
right?
Yes, yes. And we are all magicians. We just have to watch for signs of that every day. I love walking through my day looking for signs of magic via the synchronicities that happen around me. And they happen all the time. People miss them because they're on the run. They have their plans, and they're blind, kind of, they have their blinders on. So Mercury retrograde is, for example, when you slow down, you get to see the road and these little stimuli, these little opportunities differently, which is why it's a blessing for these 3 weeks, I would say.
If we choose to